Hello and Merry Christmas! Today is Christmas Day, but not in my house, I'm afraid. I'm going to work in about 2 hours. My mum and dad are already out doing a Christmas lunch for people who are on their own at Christmas, and my brother and sister-in-law are doing one for homeless people. So we're doing Christmas Day tomorrow because Christmas Day is far too busy to do Christmas on. Anyway, so you may have noticed that I didn't finish Vlogmas. Barely got halfway through it. Because obviously I am very busy and important. But on the plus side, I thought I'd do a little podcast today to kind of finish off Vlogmas. So yeah, that's what I thought I'd do. I do have a ham in the oven, as you do when it's Christmas Day morning, because apparently turkey is not enough for one day. We also need a ham. To be fair, I demand it because I like it. I like it in sandwiches afterwards. And today I'm making a orange and rum glazed ham. So it's juices from an orange, lots of spiced rum, and some marmalade all mixed together to go over the top. And it's looking delicious and smelling even better right now. Now, I want to go through my advent calendars because that's what we were doing on Vlogmas. But I've realised I've left my notes from my Down Sheepy Lane advent calendar over the other side of the room. So I'll do my one from Mum first, and then I'll do that one afterwards. And I've got a few acquisitions as well. And then some of the acquisitions I'm not doing today because I think next week I'm going to do like a 2018 roundup, and I got to look at what I'm planning to knit in 2019, what I did knit in 2018. So some of my more recent acquisitions will be on that podcast instead. So without further ado, advent calendar number 1. Now these came in no particular order. It's pretty much a Mothie and the Squid advent calendar as we know. So this one is called Heather, nice purple. Now I have been doing a northeasterly blanket by some Skinanigans. This one is Advent, which is lush. I'd love a jumper out of this. So I've decided, that one I started off with a purple, so I've decided that I might stop that now. Sorry, my hair, I had it cut this week and I haven't quite worked out how to sort it out. So I might put all my darker ones, such as this, which is Argonaut, which is quite similar to Advent and Heather. So I might put all these ones into my crochet granny stripe blanket. Excuse me. And then put all the lighter coloured ones, such as, oh, I love this one, Peppered Moth. Don't know what it is about natural and just a little bit of speckled of black, but it's lush. So all those kind of lighter tone ones, I might make it, what's it called, northeasterly blanket out of. So it's got a little bit of continuity. So we've also got, these ones don't have a thing, so I don't think these are Mothie and the Squid. But what you can see on camera, and you can actually see it, all these colours are coming up pretty nice. Oh, maybe not do that close. Is there sparkle in that one? It's amazing. Is it lyrics? I don't know, I haven't got a tag, so I can't tell you. But that sparkleness. That is intense, sparkly times. So yeah, that's what I've decided on the 2 different blankets. This one I love because it's purple, which is one of my favourite colours. It's got this little pop of like goldy neutral in it. Beautiful. I've enjoyed opening my mother's advent calendar to me because it's just nice to see what she thinks I might like. So I've got a whole pile of things down here, and I'm just trying to make sure I get to the bottom of it without forgetting anything. La, 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 la. Oh, right. This one is peacock flower, which is a proper like Gryffindor colourway. And this one, I think Peppered Moth had one as well. It's got the same. Was it focusing? Who knows? Little tree thing on it. Tree stitch marker on it. Oh no, I don't want to put that there. I want to put that there. Oh, organisational skills, guys. The reason I have to do this today is because I haven't done it so far. And tomorrow is Christmas, as we all know. And so I want to get everything out of the living room for when everyone's around. Otherwise, there won't be enough space for all my family and me. This is another one of those sparkly ones, which is another gorgeous, like, under the sea almost style one. I love it. Sorry, there's a cat distracting me outside, which is very rude of him, her, him. So that's all the advent calendar from my mum. So the advent calendar for my Down Sheepy Lane advent calendar, my whip, to whip it real good, is progressing. Not as much as I'd liked, considering I've been on quite a few night shifts. I thought I would have knit loads, but I haven't. But that's fine, because I've been busy at work, I suppose, as they go. So for anyone who doesn't know, this is Drops Alpaca Silk in the grey colourway. It's coming up slightly purplier than it is in real life, but it is slightly purple in real life. This is Letter to Hogwarts. Bertie Bott's Every Flavour Beans. No, Diagon Alley. Shopping in Diagon Alley. Bertie Bott's Every Flavour Beans. Hedwig. The Philosopher's Stone. And then on to the Flying Car. I'm doing 5 rows of the grey in between each colour. And it will be a scarf. Currently, it's almost a cowl. But that's, how many colours have I got in here already? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is my 6th colour, so I've got another 19 to go. So, I shall now go and get the name of the colours so I can tell you what they are. Because otherwise I'll be making it up, which I can do, but it won't be as accurate, and I don't think that Debbie from Down Sheepy Lane will be quite as impressed. Hang on. So, in my caravan bag that I got from Tiger for like £3, I've got all the minis so far, which I think that I've told you all their names in the Vlogmases that I did do. And I put those back in there so I don't have to repeat myself, and also because I can't necessarily remember which one's which. I'll leave that on there. Right, so the rest of them. Day 17, I think. Yeah, 17 is Dolores, as in Dolores Umbridge, who is very pink, and this is very pink. Fabulous. Day 18, there might be some rustling. I have them in their wrappers. Dumbledore's Army. Look at this. Perfect. A little bit of grey, a little bit of blue, a little bit of speckles. Perfection for Mr. Dumbledore, or Sir Dumbledore, Master Dumbledore, Professor Dumbledore. That's obviously what it's called. This one, which I think is gorgeous. It's got the bright corally orange down this end, and it goes down with a few speckles into a bright pink at this end. Is Weasley's Wizard Wheezes. Cannot wait to knit that one up. That was day 19, day 20. Again, a beautiful multicoloured, like purple at one end, down into orangey yellow. That is the Unbreakable Vow. Nice. Oh, it's even black right at the tip. Oh, that's blown me right out. Right at the tip. Okay. 21. Who is the Half-Blood Prince? I do not know what I was expecting from this name. I don't think I was expecting this. But at the same time, I don't know what else I could have expected. Either way, I think it's glorious. Bit of gold, bit of purple, very regal for a prince. I can tell, my face keeps blowing out and it's doing my head in, so I'm really sorry if it's doing your head in too. There we go. 22. The Tale of the Three Brothers. That's another good one. Again, something that I don't think I know what to expect colour-wise, like just from the name, which is fine, but words that are coming to me, I don't think I know what to expect just from the name, but when I've seen the colour, it fits the name, even though I didn't know what to expect. Okay, so Always, which is obviously going to be amazing. And it's this bit of blood red, bit of purple, bit of blue. I think I like it. I like it. But I think it would have been good if it had been a bit of like green for Lily's eyes, but then you can't have everything be green all the time, so lovely. This one's pretty special. Come, Nagini. This represents not Dumbledore's, what's his name? The Dark Lord's Voldemort's snake, which I think is very apt. I really like this little pop of green there. And after seeing, spoiler alert, I'm going to talk about the new Grindelwald film. After seeing the character of Nagini then, I think that suits that character well. I'm not going to say any more than that. But yeah. And then day number 25, which is today, the Flaw in the Plan, which I think is a very Christmassy, like fir, as in fir tree coloured, with a pop of red and some speckles of like blacky brown. Perfect for Christmas Day. Can't wait to knit. It's kind of got like a fir tree green here, and then it goes into a little bit of like Kelly green here, a little brighter. It's lovely. So that is the 25 mini skeins from Dan Sheepy Lane and the project bag in the Ravenclaw theme. And this is no longer a spoiler because people should have opened this by now, one only hopes, is the A Very Weasley Christmas 100-gram skein that came with the advent calendar, which I did open and cake up a while ago because I thought I was going to make some socks out of it. Well, I am going to make some socks out of it, but then I cast on other things instead. Look how beautiful it is. So yeah, all that is part of my advent calendar from Dan Sheepy Lane, which I've really, really, really enjoyed. So what else can I talk to you about now? Well, I think we should carry on a Harry Potter theme. So my Christmas Eve cast on, obviously today is Christmas Day. So my Christmas Eve cast on, I was I've left it halfway through a thing. I was absolutely knackered yesterday. I'd worked on the 22nd. I'd done a night shift. Sorry, I'm just knitting now on my Christmas Eve cast on. And so the 23rd was a chill day at home, but how do you chill at home when it's nearly Christmas? And then the 23rd I worked as well. And so I worked from... my ham is ready. I shall just go and baste it with more orange and rum. I'm back! I've basted the ham in orangey, marmalade, rummy goodness. And I'm going to let it bake for another, or roast even, for another 20 minutes. I don't know what I'm doing. Looks good though. Anyway, so as I was saying, I worked yesterday morning. Was it yesterday? Yes, I worked yesterday morning. I got home at 2 o'clock. I had to have a shower, walk the dog, eat some lunch. Not necessarily in that order. And then I had to be at church for 4:30 to be singing the carol service in the choir. I didn't get home from that till 7 o'clock. And by that point, I was absolutely cream crackered. And therefore, I couldn't possibly do much of the Christmas Eve casting on-ness. So I was like, I'll just do a row. So I cast on all my stitches for my sock and did a row of ribbing for the sock. I'm desperately trying to get to the end of this row before I hold it up, and that was it. And I've managed to do another 1.5 rows this morning in between all the Christmassiness of getting my ham ready, need to wrap my presents, and all that, having a slab and a lion, woo! So yeah, so there isn't much to my Christmas Eve cast on, I'm afraid. It's a yarn I got last year for Christmas that I was gutted once I asked for it for Christmas. I was like, oh no, because I think I might have bought it myself and then given it to my mum to give to me, because that way I get what I want. Oh no, it can't be my Christmas Eve cast on because I'm not getting it until Christmas Day. So I cast on something very similar instead. So this is last year's Christmas Eve cast on was, I haven't got it on me, which is silly. A London House Yarns Christmas at the Burrows self-striping sock yarn. This year's Christmas Eve cast on is a London House Yarns Little Moustache Your Ball self-striping colourway. Your Ball. Because that is Christmas Eve. Your Ball. Your Ball. So that's my Christmas Eve cast on, and I've managed, I think it's a whole of 2 rows so far. A whole of 2 rows of ribbing. And there is a lady, who I can't remember her name right now, but I will tell you at some point, who's made a pattern called Hogwarts Houses, the Houses of Hogwarts, and it's a knit and purl pattern that comes up in what looks like a diamondy type texture. So I think I'm going to use that for my, because I thought vanilla sock a bit boring. I'm going to use that for my Christmas Eve cast on. So hopefully by the end of Boxing Day I might actually have by New Year I might have some rows on that. Okay, so other acquisitions are, this might be next year's Christmas Eve cast on. It is London House Yarns, which I keep calling a London House Yarns. I don't know why that is. In the, I don't know if this is probably going to come out backwards, but never mind. Merry Christmas, Harry. Die Lot 2. So this is a tweed base. As you can see in the mini, it's all tweedy. And it's like burgundies, silvers, blues, greens, and cream. And yeah, this will probably be next year's Christmas Eve cast on. But I acquired it this year because I think I got paid early. I'm going to move over here, and that might stop my face blowing out every 2 seconds. I got paid early, which is never good. And either they were having a sale, like a flash sale, or it was still in the shop when I got paid. And I thought, I just can't resist. So yeah, so that's next year's Christmas Eve cast on. because I'm a bit silly like that. I finally gave in, guys. I finally gave in. So this is Whoville by Felt Fusion. This is a colour that Amy of A Stranded Dye Works knit up last Christmas. Oh, sorry, I nearly saw you then. And she thought it was a Doctor Who reference because Amy doesn't do TV, which is fine. But it's actually a Grinch reference or a Dr. Seuss reference. Oh, look at it. Look at it. And it like knits up mini striped, I think. Micro striped, depending on your gauge and things like that. And I've been coveting it for so long. And because I did so many night shifts last month, I got loads of money. Well, I got slightly more money than I did the month before. Still isn't loads of money. If anyone knows a single millionaire that's the male, please let me know. Because, yeah. Anyway. But yeah, so I finally decided to give in. The reason I gave in is because next year I'm planning on not buying any, and if this is the wrong way to do it, I'm not planning on buying any single sock skeins, yarn. Next year I'm not planning on buying any single sock skeins of yarn. Yeah, I did say that right, sort of. Apart from, there's always a caveat, apart from if it's like I'm going to a wool festival and they've got an Unravel. I might go to Unravel this year. I'm probably definitely gonna go to Woolen. So if they've got like an Unravel or a Woolen like souvenir skein, that's fine. If it's, for example, I'm going next week. I'll show you my what I'm gonna make in the future. So I've got two. One's a sweater, one's a cardigan. I've got most of the yarn for, but there's both of them just need like one more skein. That's fine because it's going into a sweater project. But basically, all I've knit this year is pretty much either socks or shawls that have required like 5 different skeins of yarn. So it's not very cohesive. So I'd like to just make some garments and maybe some shawls that are a bit more like not all the same colour, but all a similar colour. Sorry, there's a dog outside. I get very distracted by dogs. So yeah, this acquisition is a bit different on that front. And I might just take it out of the wrapping so that it doesn't annoy everybody. Hang on. First of all, what came with it was a massive tube of Parma violets. I don't know if I like Parma violets. I tried Parma violet gin and I didn't like that. But I shall endeavour to try these, and if I don't like them, and I will find a good home for them. But I got this. Da, 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 da. From Mr. B's Yarns. Mr. B's. And it is, just look at that. Look at those speckles. He is good with his speckles, as is Mrs. B. This is called Girt Lush, which is a Bristolianism. And the reason I bought this, I mean, these are generally not quite my colours. They're lovely. But there are other colours. Oh, look at the blue. The blue. There are other colours that they do that I prefer, that I would happily spend my money on. But this is £5 of every, I think it was Girt Lush, and there was another one. Cheers Drive? Or have I made that up? Alright Me Babber. Girt Lush and Alright Me Babber and Mr. B's Yarns. They were donating £5 from every sale to a Bristol-based homeless shelter over Christmas. So I don't really care that it's not my favourite colour in the whole entire world. I do care that my friends are trying to donate money to a really worthy charity, and I want to support that and support them. Because if you don't support your indie dyers, they won't be there. And if they're doing something for charity, that's amazing, because that's just money straight out of their hands, not going into their business, but going to their local people. So yeah, don't know why I decided to have a go at people then and wag my finger, but yeah. So yeah, I couldn't help it. Not that I have to justify myself, but I mean, let's be honest. It might not be my favourite colourway, but anything from Mr. P is going to be great, or Mrs. B, or Master B. So yeah, that's one of my acquisitions. I've got 2 more. Well, sort of. So the next 2 are the same but different. One of them is Nitpicks Felici it's called Baker Street. Baker Street. As in Sherlock Holmes. I saw this again on Amy of Stranded Dyeworks podcast ages ago. She had some of these. Oh, they're so soft. They're so squishy. And she'd knit them up. And I love anything to do with Sherlock Holmes. In fact, on my birthday, which is in some days, 4 days, 3 days, 28th, 3 days, we're going to see the new Watson and Holmes film with my mother and father before they travel away. So I've been scouring Nitpicks for as long as I can remember, for as long as I've known they exist, really, to get some Baker Street, and they finally had some online, so I had to have it. And I also, because it was on sale and gorgeous, I also got Nitpicks Felici Treehouse, which is green. So this one is like, a very similar tones. This one's blue and greys, this one's greens and beiges. I think they might even have almost exactly the same, like, sky blue. Oh no, it's not. Yeah, but they have got a sky blue that's similar in both of them. But yeah, there's no way I can say no to Baker Street. I mean, yeah. And Treehouse. I just couldn't. It's just too beautiful. Too beautiful. So that is my main point of me podcasting, was to get some acquisitions and my advent calendar out of the way. Well, I think I might also do a little mini section. Yeah, I'm going to do a little mini section. 1 second. So, a lot of this will come up later in another podcast when I do things for the next year. But yesterday I bought this London postcard, apparently, box. It's like a magnetic front, and then a box inside. It's very pretty. I've got 2 upstairs. One of them, whoa, I didn't drop it. One of them's a Christmas one. One of them's a butterfly one, I think. And they're from HomeSense. And again, I feel like I've mentioned her a lot today. Amy of the Stranded Stranded Dyeworks podcast has one for her Christmas box of socks. So last year I bought one for my Christmas box of socks, and then I've just put yarn in it, which you saw in a previous episode. But this one in particular is for baby knits. So my sister-in-law's best friend has had twins, and they're very teeny tiny, and nothing really fits them apart from blankets, because blankets fit everyone. So I've been attempting, I haven't got the hat with me because I think I took it to work, attempting to knit them little tiny premature baby hats so that they have something else that might actually fit them. And I went a bit crazy. I went to the Spinning Wheel, which is my other local yarn shop that isn't Kim's Alternate Universe, and I bought some yarn. So I bought Crofter, Serda Snuggly Crofter, which is one of my favourite types of acrylic yarn for things. Is it acrylic? 55% nylon, 45% acrylic. Because it's just, if you can see, it's like just really tonal. It's on all the different beiges. All the different beiges. I also got, when I got something else. Oh, I got some cardigan yarn upstairs. I'll show you that another time. So I bought some Bo Peep in the teddy bear? Oh, I don't think it says it on it because it's West Yorkshire Spinners. For some reason, they don't put the name of their yarn on the yarn. But this is Bo Peep 4-ply teddy bear. So I got some of that. And another lovely acrylic. 100% premium acrylic. Is Big Soft 4-ply King Cole. And it's got all these speckles of neutrals and greys and things in there. Beiges and things. So, I have some 2.75s and some 3.25s. I think I have some 3mm somewhere. And it's all going in this box to be a box for baby knits. Because, yeah, my sister-in-law's best friends had twins. There's a lady at work who's pregnant. And it's just a really nice, I love giving baby presents, basically. When I was a prolific crocheter, it would always be, I'd always crochet baby blankets, but now I'm more of a knitter. It's a bit of a, I don't want to say it's a bit of a slog. It's a bit of a slog, crocheting baby blankets, and I want to be knitting. So yeah, that's my box of baby knits, or like preparation for baby knits. So if anyone I know has a bibby, I've got yarn ready to knit them up something cute and special. But yeah, so I'm sorry if my setup's been a bit weird today, and the light whenever I do this. Woo! Woo! Oh, it's okay now. There we go. Woo! Yeah, the light goes funny on my face. I will look into that for next time. Maybe it's because it's natural light. Maybe I shouldn't use natural light. Maybe see? Maybe I should use not natural light. But yeah, there we go. Oh, my hammer's calling me once more, so therefore I shall bid you adieu and wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Travis. Happy birthday to you. Oh, God. That was a lot of spit for that lady.
Yeah, I don't want
I'm good. That cake's just for me.
So you get